Yeah, I'll put... Don't worry, Sherlock. Don't worry about that. I'll put those things on in a minute. Can we? Right, okay. If we can get to the bottom of this problem, we can start making a proper ship. Right, in that case, I have no idea now. Because now the S3 tank isn't draining either, which means it must have been the landing legs. It must have been the landing legs that fixed it. Even though on the autosave well, I haven't loaded the autosave back in yet. Do you know what though? That guy's fix is not permanent. Yeah, but hang on. His fix originally had the S3 tanks draining, so how did that work? When we first did it, the S3 tanks were draining until I put that decoupler on there, and then it stopped draining these as well. So that doesn't seem right either. Donut, thank you for 63. I don't understand then why the S3's tank stopped draining, because they only stopped draining when I put that on. So that's a bit weird. Right, I've got a plan. We're going to get rid of... We're going to put back a separator. We're going to get rid of the landing legs completely. Chippy, thank you for 4 months, mate. SJ Parters, thank you for 10. Right, we're going to hard save the game out, and then we're going to load it back in. But this time it has no landing legs. But it has 2 bi-directional separators. I'm going to look at what the file auto-saved as. If I look for landing leg... How can there still be 2 landing leg parts in my save file? I don't have any landing legs. Have I not got rid... Oh, I put them in pairs, didn't I? I bet I've got 2. I bet I've got... Yeah, there you go. Okay. Whew. That had me worried. I put them in pairs, I remember. What's this vessel on a bale? Right. Confirmed. That save has no landing legs in it. That one. When the S3s were draining after your fix, you still had the fuel lines on. You then moved the stack off to mess with the decoupler and it broke the fuel lines. I'm not convinced the fuel lines were having any effect, but this has no landing legs. It has no fuel lines. What will it do? Any predictions? Will it work as it should? Hey Smithy, welcome back. I think the struts broke on. Right, so the S3 tanks are not draining, the upper stage tanks are not draining. Conclusion, it probably is the landing leg. That's some real wobble. Right, so if I add landing legs onto this craft now, we should see the bug, right? Specifically these, the wombat. So I'll just put 2 landing legs on. Wait, all the struts are on, so why was it wobbling? She dances like a drunk prom date. Oh, why we stop making it nighttime? It's really annoying. The game's performance, the more engines you have, the worse it gets. Oh my god. Well, we just proved it, guys. If you put wombat landing legs on your spaceship, all the tanks drain. Except, interestingly, for the S3 that stopped draining. Oh no, it's draining again. Nope, the S3 tank is not draining. For reasons unknown. It basically... Yeah. It's the wombat legs. As soon as you put the legs back on, boom. That fuel crossfeed true is overriding the decoupler setting. Worrying about the guy in the Steam forum saying he's finding that setting on many parts where it didn't make sense. It's actually saving an attribute on an item that shouldn't have crossfeed. If we delete that, well, the S3s didn't have the legs on, did they? There you go. It is literally the legs. If you put legs on the upper stage, it takes fuel off that whole ship and brings it down. That is a weird bug. It's probably like a 2-line fix in the code. So the next question is it just the LT2 that's bugged? Like, can we add other landing gear and it'd be okay? Because, you know, you could try and make ships that don't use the LT2. So if you take the really small legs here, if you put them on, yeah, because if they, let's extend them. It's not a lot, is it? There's not a lot of ground clearance. Well, why does the landing leg have a setting for fuel anyway? That's the point. Noel, thank you for 56 months. You are most welcome. Thanks for the support. Samoki, thank you for subbing, mate. Welcome. Okay, so those landing legs are fine. It's literally a bug in the LT2 landing leg. Interesting. Those landing legs have been breaking my game all day. It's 100% the wombat landing legs. 100%. And if you don't use them, you don't get the bug. Okay. So let's not use them legs and then just make this ship a bit better now. Because now we don't have broken Delta V and have to pump fuel around the place. Of course you have Mr. Bones. I just built a ship with like solid rocket boosters, 4 of them, and then boosters attached to the boosters. It's part of the fun of Kerbal. This is going to totally mess this up because I think... Let's detach that away. Let's go for tank a lot smaller than that. could try seeing how it feels about 2. Starman DK, thank you for half a year. Watched you for 2 years and never knew you streamed. Well, I've been streaming since 2013, so you've done well to avoid me. Right, let's get some clamps on here. Oh, they're still there, look. Don't want 4 of them. I need 2. Never been a Kerbal streamer. I'm a sim streamer, but I play sort of non-get sim games as well. I do a lot of sim stuff. I don't think you can do much about that upper stage being wobbly just because of the nature of it. Unless we attach some struts here and just... Yeah, it's just the sheer height of it. The only other thing the only way to fix this really is to keep the width all the way through and just shorten that, but have wider tanks. So we put that adapter up here, and then just have wider tanks up here and a different engine. Which I might just do. So if we get rid of that for now, put that up here. Are they just tanks? I think they are. Thanks, camera. Well, I did take a fuel tank off the launch stage. I'm just wondering about whether the transfer stage is too long, basically. It's a balancing act, isn't it? So this is going to be upper to no atmosphere engine. So we want something pretty good in a vacuum, basically. That seems to be better in a vacuum. Oh no, hang on. Maximum thrust in a vacuum, 1750, 4,000. That's a lot stronger, isn't it? 8 tons though, 15 tons. You could do hydrogen nuclear engines. I've not even tried that yet, to be honest with you. Where's the That's the RCS tank, isn't it? So we definitely want RCS further down here. When that detaches, we lose all RCS, but we shouldn't need her at that point, is the thinking. And then if we bring a large decoupler in here... Oh God, that's not good. I think we need an engine mount adapter. Where would the engine adapt? Like, because we need to adapt that, because that's a bit smaller than that, isn't it? Because when you put that on here, the separator doesn't connect properly. Because if you put one of those on now, it would sit like that. But if you put the engine on, it then sits like that. Which it looks a bit pants. So maybe we need something else to adapt to. I don't know. I don't really know why it's doing that. Why doesn't it just go to the next fairing? Is it just that engine? Yeah, it does it every time. Engine mount. Maybe we need this. Multi-engine mount. We don't need a multi-engine mount. Well, we could go multi-engine mount. Stick one of them on there. Maximum thrust in a vacuum, 850. Trouble is it weighs 4 tons. This thing only weighs... $1.4 tons. Huge difference in thrust, though. So you could put 4 engines on it, and then... What? That is so broken. It's now expecting 4 tanks, isn't it? Oh my god. Mickey, thank you very much. Thank you for gifting 5 subs. Welcome, guys. Can we get some Squirrel gifting chat for him? If you got a sub, please give me a thank you. But decoupler above also. What? Decoupler above this? So you think put a decoupler, then put an engine, and then put another decoupler? Is that what he's thinking? I don't quite understand why it does that. Why does it do that? I don't get it. Where's all the fairing stuff? Thank you, Mickey. Where is the fairing in this game? Coupling. Fairing. Don't know which section that's under. Even that does the same thing. Put the separator on, put the fairing on. And then just say, thank you very much. Have a nice day. You cannot accept current changes. Fairing is colliding with an invalid assembly part. There you go. Okay, well, that fixed it. .014 thrust to weight ratio. Engine is missing. Right, hang on. We need to get the staging correct. What's that? Oh, you can come down there. So SRB's 2. Main engine. Wrong. Where's the engine cluster? Is that... There you go. So that's correct. And then... That doesn't even need to go anywhere, really. It's put 2 stack separators in a group, interestingly. I think that whole thing can just be released together, can't it? And at that point, you're going into this, which is that engine there. Get rid of that. Then you're into that. Then you're into that. You're into that. I think that's right. Right. Do I need to do anything else? Probably need to do some more struts again. We got lights, we got landing legs. Anything else we need? Have I forgotten something? Missing something? Pardon my cup of tea. Power. I think we put a battery up here, didn't we? We got panels here, and I think we've got a battery there somewhere. I remember. Yeah, we've been to the moon this morning. What are you talking about? First stream, we went to the moon and back. We actually got back. Okay, that is interesting. Not really sure what just happened. Well, I can tell you something, Dad Senator. Do not use the wombat legs, landing legs, because if you do, you will end up with all kinds of fueling issues. I don't understand. Why did that just break? What's going on? How are you liking this game? I'm loving it. It's not the struts. It's the separators on the side on the SRB. They seem to have totally failed for whatever reason. The heck? That seems really janky. That is definitely janky. That's not behaving correctly at all. Oh, I know what it's doing. It's because it's clicking on the engine inside, isn't it? That's fairing. That's what it's doing. Let's try that. I can't wait for it to do that bug where it all ends up on the floor in a big pile. Can't wait for that.
Good evening, Paul and chat. KSP2 is looking good. Just too much rocket science toe. Kappa.
No, not load. Okay, let's see what we got. Thank you, Chris. That is super struggling. We have correct fuel drain. Yeah, I don't know, Espen. I think they should have delayed it. There's only one Kerbal, it's fine. That's what I wanted. I used to hate it when I used to autofill Kerbals. It was the most annoying thing. Where's the kaboom? We'll get it soon enough, don't worry. Right, the solids are going to be giving up soon. What was that? That weird... Was that a cloud? That's a lot of oscillation. It's really not stable. Maybe some more fins up here might help. That's going to tear itself apart in a minute. Oh my god! That is not good. That is really not good. Oh my god. How can... That's got to be the fairing, right? It's so bendy, look at it. Like that, it's just... That's got to be the fairing doing that. That is ridiculously unstable. Oh man. I mean, all these like stabilizers and nothing can keep control of it. Oh, God. So the engine's here. I spot a slight issue with that. With that separation. I don't like that fairing piece though. I think that's creating weakness. L. Phillips, thank you for 62. Oh god, that looked amazing though. What is that on the floor, that connector? I wish somebody stopped blowing that whistle, it's really annoying. Just wondering about what other tweaks I want to make. More struts. The problem is like... There's not a lot of struts you can do. Once you get past this middle bit, you can't really strut anything to anything. Once the solid boosters are gone, it loses a lot of its structural integrity because a lot of them are attached to the boosters. So, I'm not really sure where we're supposed to get the integrity back. Unless we stick bits of metal out again and start attaching them to the upper stage. You know, one option is to stick some beams on it like that. And then strut them. To help the upper stage be a bit more stable with the middle stage. One thing I do need to fix is this separator problem. That needs to come out of there. Because that's an engine separator, isn't it? Technically kind. Thank you, 26 months. Not sure if I've said this before. Since COVID, I've been depressed, unemployed, employed, married, divorced, homeless, travelled 6,000 miles before I found a real home again. Started my life over. You've been an inspiration and your content has been an anchor through it all. Thank you. Dude, what an adventure, man. I'm glad it all worked out at the end. Thank you. Thank you for the support. It's very kind of you. And thank you for Tier 2. Yeah, that's a big change in your life right there. So we separate that lower bit, which then allows the engine to fire. That removes the fairing as well around it, so then the engine can fire. And then when we're finished with that engine, we don't really need this. Because when we're finished, that needs to go up with that, I think. Like that whole thing. We don't need that separator at all. It's just there to try and fix a problem, I think. If anything, it's confusing things. Oh man, look at that. Look at that graphics glitch. Ugh. They made this work in a weird way. What the? Game, please, come on. Sometimes does the weirdest things. So we do that, and then we smoothly bring it. One minute you're like adjusting fairing, the next minute you're picking up half your ship. Joan Mill, thank you for 81 months. Okay, I think that works better. Separators, separate from that and the fairing, put the engine on. Separate engine. Why is it putting them down? Why is it putting them on both sides of the thing, even though I'm only putting one down? That is completely broken. Look, if I put this on 1, I get 1 on 1 solid booster. If I put it on 2, I should get one on each booster, but I'm not. Do I put in symmetry? There we go. Can I attach? Oh, scumbag. That would have been a good attachment. .2 thrust away. Will it be stable enough? Well, there's RCS there and there. What I can't see is where I put the inline wheel. The reaction wheel. Utility. Not them. Where's the reaction wheel? I'm sure we used to have an inline reaction wheel here somewhere. What's that? Is that the battery? Or is that the reaction wheel? Right, it's a small reaction wheel for the upper stage, but nothing on the lower. Probe, cockpit. Where did it put them again? There's one at the top, a small one, but I want to put another one in here because we don't have enough reaction control. But I can't remember which category they come under. Command control vessels, so that's just the overall command and control. It's not fuel, it's not engines. It's not going to be that. Coupling? Nope. Payloads, it won't be that. Aerodynamics won't be that. Ground. Thermal, electrical. Battery, solar, generator. Comms. Stabilizer. I thought I put one in here, but it's going to break all the struts, isn't it? Ugh. I'm sure I put one of these in. .2. game. Now what? There's one already, Costello. Why can't I see it then? I don't think so, Tech Tiger. I don't think it has that. So why has it started dropping through the middle again? Do we just need more struts? Is that all it is? Yeah, I don't know how you can do it in Tech Tiger. I know what you mean, the root part. You could tell stuff to be strengthened to the root part on things like that. I can't see a way of doing it. Okay, well it initializes and doesn't actually collapse into a big mess. Right, this time. You can almost feel the weight of that. Yeah, Chris, frames are coming later as a DLC, mate. Okay, it seems more stable and a bit stronger. I can see a little bit of wiggle. We'll probably get a lot more when those boosters go, unfortunately. It's looking better, but when the SRBs go, a lot of the struts will go, and I'm just concerned it'll start to do that again. But we'll see. We'll see what it does. Starting to slip a little bit. It doesn't have a good enough thrust to weight right now. That is ridiculous. As soon as I try to make a course correction, I don't quite understand why it's got to be this. It's got to be. There's no way it should behave like that. It's all flexing around this joint. You can see it. Now, curiously, we have no torque authority on that. The RCS is struggling. I'm kind of surprised that it's struggling to turn itself, to be honest. It has a huge reaction wheel in there. That one there, isn't it? It's really struggling to turn prograde. Right now, it's just communicating with dance. That's what it's doing. It's not even turning prograde properly. Not happy with that at all. think I'm not happy with this. I think this is causing the flex. Which engine's that? That's the Rhino. I think maybe we have a bigger upper stage and a shorter launch stage. Come on. That's just jank, that is. I don't even get that. What if you replace the center-mounted engine with multiple side-mounted engines? We could do, but I don't... Yeah, we could do. There's no reason why we couldn't. It would stop it being so high. It would just mean all the engines are exposed, wouldn't it? Just the way it was flexing, though, I just don't... It's got to be that decoupler connection here. It's got to be so weak that it's just flexing. That chucks out what? That's 15 tons. Chucks out 3,700 to 4,200 kilonewtons. So if you wanted to go side-mounted, you're going to need quite a lot of side-mounted engines to even match that kind of thrust. I don't think we have anything that side mounts that can even deal with that kind of power. Well, the other option is to put a multi-engine adapter on it, but then you end up with the same problem here as this. Well, we could add struts. I mean, we're adding struts to everything else. There you go. Just completely strut that thing. Now this we can probably... Oh boy. .8 thrust away. Okay, that's because the engines are in the wrong place, I'm guessing. Launcher boosters, thrust, lots of thrust. That shouldn't be here. Apparently we don't have enough thrust now. Okay, that's probably too many. $1.4, that'll get us off the ground. Struts the duct tape with KSP. This is what early KSP used to be like until they kind of fixed the whole problem where you could have like parental strutting. Like, so it was like an internal thing rather than an external thing. But even that is just like, seriously? Here we go, or rather, here we don't go. I just put a crazy amount of struts on that and it's still just completely collapsed. All these struts that I put on here have all gone. You see that? They've all gone. Right, what else can we... So we've got struttage between this lot. I'm sure I used to have struts down here as well. Yeah, I think that's literally what happens. Like if you remove an engine or you remove a booster and put back more boosters, all the struts just get binned off. But it kind of leaves them as little connectors, but it doesn't connect it to anything. And so you just end up with a super unstable ship again. Okay. See how this gets on. I'm assuming, of course, it's not messed up all my staging again. So the launch stage should go away a lot quicker now. 12 FPS. Let's go. This is why I bought a 3090. Dear God, I hope they optimize this soon. This is good. The actual launcher fuel is burning down at roughly the same rate as this solid, which is good. It means we can get rid of the whole lot sooner. NPR is not optimized very well yet. They're going to separate stuff out into other cores, but not yet. I think that's part of the problem. It's not multi-threading yet. Mostly is single threaded, yeah. It even says on the Steam page that they'll be separating things into more threads later. Huh. Good question, Andy lad. Who knows, mate? Well, the good thing is that we're not slipping now because we actually have enough thrust. The bad thing is those boosters are lasting a bit too long. Yeah, I'm basically controlling the ship, yeah. Trying to get it on an easterly heading. I have very little reaction control. This is mad. See, I have no control over this. I'm literally pressing it to come back and it's not coming back. That's not a gimbaled engine, which is fine, but that reaction control is not doing very much. Actually, it is gimbaled. That's really weird. Why does it really struggle to move then? The good news is the fuel burn was correct. The bad news is this thing is uncontrollable. I can't turn it. Why can I not turn it? Like, if I want to turn prograde now, it just won't do it. If I turn the RCS on... Oh, those vents do work, look. Remember I said to you, I wonder if they actually work as RCS. They do. But yeah, like, I want to face prograde so I can make the burn, and I just can't turn this thing. And I don't understand why. Also, I can't focus on it. I don't know. I'm trying to get the camera to let me right click on the control wheel. Active, talk enabled, talk authority 100%. And yet can't even turn itself onto prograde. It's bizarre. Which means we miss our burn, which means we start coming back. Maybe I need to have it like further away from the center of mass or something. But even the RCS is not doing very much. It's just impossible to control. Well, the fins don't do anything at this point. I tried the middle mouse. It wouldn't put the camera back properly. The RCS isn't doing very much, and the reaction control wheel is not doing very much. So what's going on? I don't know, Camel. I'm glad it's not just me that's feeling that problem, though.